What's up, people? How's it going today? This is New Era Gardener, NEG, and made a video probably last week. I posted about feeding my worms some candy, which was watermelon. We all know how much they love watermelon, and I didn't shoot a video, so the time has kind of gone by, but we're just going to take a look. And as we can see, they devoured it. There's nothing left but the skins. So we all know how they love some watermelon. Any type of melon they like to devour. So I'm just going to take out these pieces. And this is the one of the bins that I still have as coconut coir. It hasn't been changed over to my new bedding. I'm probably going to keep two of the bins. The other one I'm going to show you is the same way. It's still just the coconut coir. So I'm going to probably keep these two bins this way due to, when you get food scraps that you want to feed them, all the organic matter, I can feed them that. So I'm going to keep these two, because with the other ones being the alpaca manure, they kind of have their food right there. So, but good moisture, no issues with this one. But I am going to feed this bin. So give me a minute. I'm going to grab the food and we'll give them some of that food. Alright, so I blended up some green waste. There was some spinach, leftover spinach, some banana peels, an apple, and a cucumber. So, just going to throw a couple of chunks in here for them, spread it out a little bit. And the rest I'll save for the next bin. So that's all you want to do. That's all I'm going to do. Give them that. Let them eat that. Next time I feed them, I'm probably going to give them some dry food. Probably some alpaca manure, shredded up. They also love that, so any type of manure. So, alright, I'm going to grab another bin. Give me a second. Hopefully you can see into that. I mean, they devoured it. It's all gone. Castings on top of the scraps of it. The rinds that they didn't eat. I'm just going to pick most of it out. I don't want to leave it in there. They're not going to eat it, so there's no sense of leaving anything in there that they're not going to eat. And we're just going to mix up the bin a little bit, see how they're doing. Moisture good. A little moist at the bottom. We're just gonna mix it up. This might be a bin that I'm going to add some biochar to kind of suck up that moisture at the bottom or throughout. But I don't know. We'll see. You know, they love the moisture. That's what makes them nice and healthy and fat. So, but that's another one. That's the other one. And we did see that they did devour all of that watermelon. And I'm pretty sure that they devoured that probably in a couple of days. 3 or 4 days. So I'm going to feed them the rest. To this bin, there's a little more worms in this one, so I'm actually just going to give them whatever's left. Spread it out just a little bit. Give it a little more surface area. So that looks good. So that's all you really want to do. I don't have a filter fabric I put over this. This one stays wide open. This one probably I'm going to allow them to eat. This is one of the older bins. This was supposed to be probably harvested on 10/10. So, but I didn't harvest it yet. But I probably will harvest it soon and put new bedding in it. So, but that looks good. We're going to look at one more bin. Now, remember this bin, I was testing whether they would eat the watermelon even though they're in alpaca manure. And they sure did. It was a little treat for them, so they probably liked it, to have something a little bit different. But, I mean, I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but I mean, this bin is probably only a month old. And yes, I do shred up the alpaca manure, but if you look at this, they're making quick work of this stuff. I don't know, I asked the question before. Anybody that's using any type of manure for their bedding, to make their castings and their compost manure, their worm manure, what's the time frame on your bin? How long does it take your worms to really go through all of it? I mean, just look at that. That stuff looks beautiful. Doesn't feel like some of the other stuff that I have, but you can tell they're going through it. And that's why they're nice and juicy worms, because they're constantly eating, getting nice and fat. So, but one thing I did notice about using the manure, as they start to break down the manure does become dry. So that can be the castings that are coming out of them as they're eating it. But I did notice that, and so I got to be careful and make sure that I'm watching the bins to make sure that they're staying nice and moist. Whether it's spritzing them with some water or dousing them with some water. I actually have a soda bottle full of water, and all I do is I put some holes in it with a small drill bit so I can put out water. It puts out a little more water than spritzing it. So, and I can wet the castings if they seem to be getting a little dry, and then mix it up. This particular one is in good shape. There's nice, beautiful worms in here. So they're making quick work of it. So, but those 3 bins are the 3 bins I wanted to go over, because those were the bins that I actually fed them some watermelon candy. And I just wanted to see how this particular bin, if they would eat the watermelon, even though they had plenty to eat. So they definitely will. I tried it with some dry food before, and they really didn't eat the dry food, but probably the green scraps and the watermelon and melons and stuff like that, they will. I'll have to try it out when I get my pumpkins from the people at work. And if they're going to eat that, it's something good to add into their diet, to put a little bit of greens into it. So, but this looks good. I'm happy with that. I'm glad they did eat it. It didn't get all moldy or anything like that. They did devour it very quickly. So that's those 3 bins that we just wanted to look at, just to see what they did with it. And I did want to just update what happened with the watermelon. I really wished I had been able to look at them a lot sooner, so we could have kind of seen how many days it took them to eat that. But at this point, I had a lot of things going on and didn't get an opportunity to shoot a video on what's going on with the watermelon candy. So, all right, this is New Era Gardener. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you for watching the video. If you like the video, like the video. If you like the content, share or subscribe. So this way you see the content that I'm putting out from time to time. All right, thank you.